sports fans, to this abbreviated episode of Sports with Ed. In this segment, I'm going to be talking about the Indianapolis 500 that took place on Sunday, as well as the upcoming U.S. Open tennis tournament. And for those of you who are golf fans, don't fret. When we get a little bit closer to it, I'll be talking about the U.S. Open golf tournament at that time. The Indianapolis 500 was run on Sunday, much to my surprise. First of all, I thought because of the pandemic it wasn't going to be run at all in this year for sure. But when I started thinking about it, with NASCAR having races without spectators in the stands, I thought it was a good idea to run it in August. However, if the race is going to be run the last Sunday of May, I think it would have been a lot better for them to run it the last Sunday of August. So, for those of you who don't know, Roger Penske just bought Indianapolis Motor Speedway from the Holman family. And this is actually his first Indianapolis 500 of owning it, which to me, on the surface, seems like a conflict of interest. But that aside, I thought it was interesting that he broke with tradition by not having it the last Sunday in August. Why he did that, I don't know. That would be one thing. The second thing I thought was really interesting beyond that is the fact he moved the start time up to 2:30. And for those of you who don't know a lot about the history of the Indianapolis 500, back when they first started it, the reason they ran it at 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning Central Time is because the race itself took 6 or 7 hours to complete, and they wanted to have it over with, presumably before dinner time for sure, but I would also guess before darkness. So the fact that, it was approximately a 3.5 hour race, it would have concluded right around dinner time, which I thought was rather strange, actually. So hopefully next year Roger Penske will get back with tradition and move it back to the last Sunday in May and at the proper time. With that having been said, Takuma Sato won his second Indianapolis 500, and kudos to him on that. A little disappointing that Marco Andretti didn't finish better than 13th, but it just goes to show that even in August that the Andretti curse is fully in effect. And what kind of ratings it got, I don't know. I didn't watch the race itself, but to me, to break that much from tradition with a race that's very much about tradition was very shocking to me, especially by Roger Penske, to be sure. In the next segment, I'm going to be discussing the upcoming U.S. Open and have a few predictions from what I know about the field to this point. Stay tuned on Ed's Sports Channel.